Welcome to Laura Boisclair, the construction project manager for JMT, who, by the way, has been out there every day on the most iconic project that Charleston has seen in probably the last century, the Low Battery Seawall.
It's a great project.
Really incredible project, right? So tell us a little bit about how you got to it.
Sure. So kind of my little background, went to school for civil engineering, got my BS from Villanova, got my master's from the Citadel, received that about 2 years ago, and was working for a heavy civil contractor. Was approached by Jim O'Connor with JMT, asked if I would have the honor of being the construction project manager with JMT for the Low Battery Seawall Project. Easiest yes of my life, besides my proposal. Sorry, Ryan. And yeah, it's been a great 5.5 years, which is wild.
Hard to believe you've been out there for 5.5 years. Tell us a little about the project. I mean, that wall was originally built in the harbor, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's built in the harbor, early 1900s, late 1800s. Kind of amazing that it's lasted that long, and just trying to think about the labor and how they did it back then. We don't have the skills and the equipment and the technology we have now. So how these guys built it is it's mind-blowing.
It's really unbelievable. And having walked it for the last 15 years as it had fallen in disrepair, just to look at what kind of a project you all had to do, taking that structure in the harbor and bringing it back to life.
Yeah.
And it was a 5-year project. It took us, I think about 10 to 15 years in the city to figure out how to design it and to finance it. It wasn't a cheap project, right?
No.
How much it cost us to do? I think it was about $90 million.
Yeah.
Which was really incredible. And as you might recall, as we were working through this, all of those dollars were spent from hospitality dollars. Mm-hmm. Tourism dollars actually paid for the project.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been great. And, you walk down the seawall now or along Murray Boulevard and you see everyone from tourists to locals to people on bicycles to babies to dogs to just everyone enjoying it. Sitting on the bench and watching the sunset or heading there on their lunch break and having lunch watching the sailboats go by. It's such an iconic project.
I mean, for me, one of the really exciting parts of the project was to come there weekly and see what was going on.
Oh my God. Highlight of the week is seeing Mike Seekings come on by, his hard hat, his boots, and just walking through site and seeing what's going on, watch his weekly updates, and it was great. Not afraid to get your feet dirty.
And I am not by training an engineer by any means, but you certainly taught me a lot about what it's like to go and do a project like this in the conditions that you had, in the water, in the heat, during hurricane season. Tell us a little bit about what it was like every day in and day out there.
Yeah, and it's just fun. Every day something different. It's the same project, but there's different challenges each day. You put that bucket in the ground and you don't know what you're going to find, whether it be muck, whether it be, an old burial ground, which we did not find, but you never know. And it's just, it's such a unique project and you just have to take into account the conditions,
And one of our biggest challenges here, as we all know, especially in the Low Country, particularly on the battery in the district that I represent, District 8, is water and water management. And one of the goals here was to really improve our ability to keep tidewater and surging water out of the Low Country, and particularly along Murray Boulevard. So did we elevate? How did we do this? Did we elevate this project?
Yeah. Yep. Seawall is elevated. And not only is if you remember what the old wall used to look like, it kind of was more just like a slanted sidewalk, which definitely hurt your ankles when you were walking on it. And now it's more of an elevated platform by about 2.5 feet. So it definitely is going to help with all the storm surges and even just the water splashing over the wall.
So 5 years out there every day, all sorts of conditions. The final result's really incredible. We're just about a month from completion. So tell us what we've got.
Yeah, so we have brand new seawall. We have new roadway. We have new landscaping, new hardscaping, new storm drainage, new sewer system, new water line, new fire hydrants. Everything's brand new.
And we also have a great place for people to go and gather, to recreate, to walk, to fish. We've put benches along there the entire length of the Low Battery. Most people don't know that it's 4,800 feet. It's a big, long piece of infrastructure done in phases, right? We did this one in phases.
Yeah, yep, 4 phases, right from the Coast Guard. Every phase was anywhere from 800 to 1,500 feet, just kind of depending on where the intersections fell. But yeah,
we did it in 4 phases.
4 phases.
Each one, by the way, under your management. right? You did all 4 phases.
I did. Love me.
And we're proud to say on time, correct?
And on budget.
And on budget, right? And we did it in a manner that was really designed, was ready to go. We're ready to go for any condition, including summer hurricane season.
Yeah, we're ready. Bring it on.
Bring it on, right? So, what's the future look like? Now we've seen this project. It's working. It's fantastic. It's really something to be proud of. Where do we go next?
We would love to just kind of continue the seawall. Right now we started at the Coast Guard base. We love to kind of continue it around that Lockwood Bend. As you know, even just during high tide, that enters that little bend from Lockwood to Broad Street floods. So putting in some type of maybe wall or something would be great there.
So we know how to do it and we know where to put it, right? Now the challenge is to get the support for that, right?
Exactly.
That comes, of course, in the first instance, from City Council. Have you seen a lot of support for this project as it's come out of the ground and sort of for the future of this?
Oh, absolutely. I feel like this project is getting so much recognition, not only locally, but nationwide. Everyone's reaching out about just the different innovations we had. One specific example is the GFRP, which is a specific rebar we use in the project. It's made out of glass.
Which is really crazy. You think you've got all this heavy metal and steel in the infrastructure of that seawall, and you look at those little pieces of rebar, and you lift them up, and how much they weigh?
It's 4 times lighter than black steel.
Yeah.
It's something that, normally black steel, you need an excavator or a piece of equipment to pick it up. This is something that human beings individually can pick up and set into place. On the Low Battery job site, as you know, there's not a lot of real estate space, so not really a lot of room for a large excavator to be picking things up. So it's nice to have the guys physically pick it up and set it into place.
So as we walk along the Low Battery now and look back at that 4,800 feet, tell me what you think about this project.
It's a once in a lifetime type project. For me personally, it has been such an honor working on it. It's something that I'm so proud to show my future kids, my future grandkids one day, to walk on that wall and say, hey, mommy or grandma helped to build this.
So now that you look back on those 4,800 feet, sort of tell us a little bit about your thoughts about what you've produced and what the future holds, and what you would tell people out there about the need to continue on.
Like you said, we definitely need to continue on. And if it wasn't for someone like you, Mike Seekings, this project would not have happened. It was great seeing you on site every day, just really getting involved with the project, putting your heart and soul into it. And we really need your support to help continue on.
And you will continue to get that support, I can assure you. A couple more things before you let you go. There's lots of other exciting things happening on the peninsula that JMT and that you all are involved in. Another one is the bicycle pedestrian bridge across the Ashley River, right? I take it you can see a little bit of that from where you are every single day.
Correct.
And that is a project that will really be transformative for downtown Charleston, for connecting downtown Charleston to West Ashley, right?
100%. Yeah, I'm excited to see how this one comes out.
So as the Low Battery Seawall was going on, you actually had a few minutes of time to go and help build the bridge on Daniel Island.
Yeah, yep, same type of reinforcement as the Low Battery. It's that glass reinforcement, won't rust. And yeah, that's a fun little project that helped connect Clements Ferry to Daniel Island.
And another project needed in the city of Charleston, right?
100%.
Something that we've seen. So here we are. We're at the end. What do you want to see the future look like for water management in the city? And how can we help?
Yeah, people like you, Mike Seekings, I think, you're the answer. You're the one that's going to help us get there. You've seen everything go on with the Low Battery. You have that vision. You know what we need, what the city needs, and continuing that around the peninsula is exactly what the city of Charleston needs.
Well, it's been a heck of a partnership with JMT and with Gulfstream, our team out there in Jerry.
100%.
Every day for 5 years, this project has been going on, built with hospitality dollars, tourism dollars, built with the expertise of JMT, and you, Laura, have done an amazing job.
Thank you.
We're lucky to have had you here in the city, and looking forward to continuing on for the next 4 years and beyond to do more work around downtown Charleston and Charleston to help us manage water and protect the peninsula and the city.
Absolutely. Just like, you and I, we both love the city. This is our home now. Well, my home now. And we want to do whatever we can to help make it safe, but also look good. Just like I think the battery is a great example of that. Not only is it helping with flooding, but it's bringing people in. When I think of the city of Charleston, you think of a few landmarks, maybe the Pineapple Fountain, Rainbow Row, and the Battery is one of them. And it's great to see all this foot traffic walking along the seawall.
And it wasn't all work. We did get to do a couple of really fun and cool things during the project, one of which is you introduced me to Woody Harrelson.
I may or may not have cooked Woody Harrelson off the job site. He was staying along the Battery, and this guy comes biking through, and I'm like, who is this guy without a hard hat and PPE? So we walk up to him, and I'm like, I'm sorry, sir, but you can't be on here. And long story short, it was Woody Harrelson. And immediately call up you. And I'm like, Mike, you need to come meet this guy. And sure enough, Mike got to meet Woody Harrelson.
We had a great time meeting with him. He was really a big fan of the whole project.
He loved it.
Every day.
He was out there. He was asking questions. He wanted to know how we were building things, and just a really cool guy.
We need to bring him back for the final ribbon cutting. We need to bring Woody Harrelson.
I think we could do that.
And the last thing is, one of the things is you were there actually doing a project that was really a renovation of a 1906 to 1915 project.
Yeah.
And nothing was left unturned. Everything was reused when it could have been. And one of the things he gave me was from some of the concrete that was used during the project, some candles that you made.
Yeah, yep.
Which are amazing.
Concrete from the seawall, and it's a nice little keepsake to have.
Well, thank you for all you did. It was really an amazing project. Way more to come.